Hey guys, it's me again. Just really quick rant this morning. Um, you know what? Yesterday, as I was looking through Twitter, aka X, I read this tweet from some ministry, and it said something like, "Why don't you partner with us for the gospel and all this?" I think the ministry is like something like everyone deserves to hear the gospel, or something like that, or every home deserves to hear the gospel, something like that. But anyway, the tweet was to invite us to partner with them, quote unquote, so that the gospel can be preached everywhere throughout the world. Bull crap. See, when people get into some sort of partnership, particularly in a business, usually the partners both make some sort of money together, either 50-50 or whatever they agreed upon. When YouTube tells you that you can become partners with them, when there's a partnership, you actually are able to make money off of that partnership because of the revenues from the ads or whatever kind of setup you have on YouTube. Okay? But what about these so-called ministries in the name of the Lord? What kind of partnership exactly are they offering? You give them your money, and in return, maybe they'll give you some newsletters, maybe some stickers, little trinket. That's not a partnership. And that is deception. See, in this case, in this instance, YouTube is a lot more honest, it's a lot more trustworthy than these so-called ministries who preach the gospel. Because to them, it's just a business. It's a way for these ministries to make money. And they're using the name of the Lord to line their pockets. That's all there is to it. As I've said a million times, you cannot monetize ministry. They can't even be honest about asking you for money. They're going to call it a partnership. If they're going to have to resort to deceptive talk, that ought to tell you right there that what they're doing is not of the Lord. I don't care how sincere these guys sound. I don't care how much money they've supposedly given to all these hungry people all over the world. It's not as much as what they're keeping for themselves. It's a business. And as many times as I've said it, as many times as I've challenged anyone on my videos, I am still yet to find a single verse in the Bible where the Lord instructs us to collect other people's money so that we can spend it in a godlier fashion than they can. Yes, we're instructed to give and help each other out. That's a different thing. But all these ministries, all these local churches, they always claim to be the rightful recipient of all our giving. I don't know where they get their authority from. It's not from the Bible. And we shouldn't give them that authority because we're just giving to Satan. I don't care if these churches are solid. I don't care if they teach sound doctrine. If they're serving mammon, we should have no part of it. Jesus is just a product. Jesus is just a front. We're not instructed in the Bible to collect other people's money because we're godlier than they are. Essentially, when people or ministries are asking you to be their partner, quote unquote, what they're saying is, look at us. We're doing all these great things for God. Look at you. You're not doing anything. If you want to partake, give us your money. It's accusational, it's judgmental, It's demonic. That's what it is. And moving on to a slightly different topic. Man's idea of great is just man's idea of great. It's not the Lord's. At the end of your life, should the Lord tarry, which he won't, I don't think, it doesn't matter how many people you've preached to or how eloquent a speaker you are, because these are the things that people admire, within, the Christian community. Oh, this guy's so great. He planted so many churches. He spent so many years in ministry. He went on mission trips all his life. All these little skinny, hungry kids with bloated bellies that he helped. See, these are the things that matter to guys. All these optics. All that matters is the heart and being faithful to the stewardship that God gave you. And it most definitely has nothing to do with how much money you've made with ministry. Because all ministry is, especially missions, it's just a career. And you know what? I know that there are missionaries who are unfortunate enough. There are some very sincere missionaries out there who are victims, unwitting victims of their 501c3 churches. A lot of missionaries are just pawns. They're the only reason 501c3 churches can keep a straight face when they're asking for our money. Oh, because we have missionaries. But for a lot of missionaries who are in, I guess, the safer countries, they're basically living a life that's fully funded by sheep. They're on a prolonged, extended vacation. They're in a country supposedly understanding all the sufferings of these people. But the thing is, if things get too heated in whatever country they're missionaries of, unlike the people they're ministering to in that country, they can just get out, come back to the United States. That's the difference. It's all just fun and games. They can feel spiritual. They can feel like the big hero. They feel like they did something good. With all these needy people who have nothing, they give them crumbs and they think they're the big guy. And if things get too rough, they can come back to the United States. These people are stuck there. And we're funding these missionaries. What a life. They get to step away from their responsibilities as Americans, from the pressures of being an American. I know every country has its thing. There's, being an American has its issues as well. And there are a lot of things that they can just leave behind. Because not everything is, great in the United States, obviously. And just being able to get away from it all, to go to another land where everything is basically pretend and make believe because you can just get out of it whenever you feel like it. That's not true ministry. That's not the Lord's work. Preach the guy next door, across the street. You don't need to travel hundreds or thousands of miles to do the Lord's work. There's missions. It's just something that's romanticized by local churches. It's hyper spiritualized, like you're doing something great for the Lord that nobody else is. No, what you're really doing is you're being stupid, you're being a sheep, you're endangering your life unnecessarily, just for all the glamour of being a missionary. Anyway, I don't know why I started talking about that, but going back to my routine now, be sure to go directly to the source, which is the Lord. When it comes to the timing of the rapture, we can and will know the day and the hour. Do not believe the demonic teaching that nobody knows the day or the hour has anything to do with the rapture, because it does not. Do not be brainwashed by Satan, by the local church, by your pastors. We are that generation. We are in that season. And we need to slay the sacred cows we all used to call the Watchman community. They got nothing. They need to point us directly to the Lord. If they're still coming up with theory after theory, if that doesn't open your eyes, then I don't know what will. They just need to repent and point each and every single one of us to go directly to the Lord for revelation for the timing of the rapture. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully there won't be a next time. Oops, I forgot to press the button.